And welcome back to Open Your Eyes. It is a damn Thursday morning here in the city. Nonetheless, we've got good, warm conversations that we will be jumping into. As a matter of fact, here is our first conversation with the Belize Tourism Industry Association on their 21st edition Destination Belize. In with us, we have John Burgos, who is the Executive Director at the Belize Tourism Industry Association. And I hope I get this correct. Gale Malic-Ozaeta, who is a project director and project manager at Destination Belize. Guys, good morning and welcome. And like we tell everybody, Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Since the year has started, huh?
It still counts. It still counts. Still
And we do hope that everything is going A-OK. I'll tell you what, Destination Belize, when I pick up one of those, I feel like I am in my country at each and every corner as you flip the page and flip the page. But before we get to that, BTIA and their continued success throughout our country. John, let's get there.
Well, you know, we have been working on the Destination Belize since 1995.
Yeah.
You know, in 2018, we were able to showcase the 20th edition, and we try to really meet the expectations of having a 20th edition.
Yeah.
And I think our members and the tourism stakeholders were very pleased with what we were able to produce. So yesterday, you know, we basically presented the new theme.
Yeah.
All the content, photography, the covers are based on the theme.
Yeah.
So we said, you know, we need to have an official event to launch the theme so that we get everybody motivated. Because one of the key things about Destination Belize is that we tell everyone it's for all of us.
Yeah.
It's not for BTIA, it's not just for tourism, it's for all of us. Yeah. Whether the people, the destinations, you know, the services, the attractions, the experiences, everything is Belize. So, you know, we're putting the word out, and I think that within the team that we selected this year, we're gonna do a lot of good things in terms of who we're gonna be featuring, the articles and the content.
So clearly, you know, I love the theme and the reef to rainforest part particularly, because I mean that's just exactly what I would tell people when they ask about Belize and they don't know or why they should visit. Yeah. It's like I always say, you know, you could be snorkeling in the reef in the morning and then in the jungle by the evening, because that's the amazing destination that we do have. And then of course the second part of your theme is looking at where we're going, this very eco-friendly destination, Go Green Belize. Talk to us about how you made the decision to go this route.
Well, as you know, the BTIA stands for Sustainable Development of the Tourism Industry from the inception in 1985. So we have always been promoting that message, advocating for that message, and in all areas that we have been able to do so. Yeah. And then we were looking around. I said, you know what? If you're looking around, for a very small country, Belize has been doing a lot of things in the name of conservation, in the name of sustainability, eco-friendly practices, and best practices for sustainable businesses. Yeah. You know, so I think we need to have this edition be focused on that, on all of those works that we have been doing as a nation. You know, whether it's the private sector, the public sector. Yeah. You know, because from both sides we have very excellent stories. You know. Yeah. When you just look at the number of marine reserves that we have, look at the number of rainforest reserves that we have. Oh my God. You know, look at some of the you know, the banning of single-use plastics, you know, the moratorium of offshore oil exploration. You know, these are big things that we are achieving. You know, we gotta be able to recognize that. We gotta let the world know that, you know what, we're not perfect, you know, but we have a lot of good things that reasons that you need to come and enjoy Belize with us.
Because you just listed a few things there that, you know, is very definitely dear and near to home, and this country is rich. Now when I say rich, I mean all letters capital. But the thing about Destination Belize, how do we bring all these things together? Are there a few things that we think that we're missing out? I'll tell you what. If I was supposed to be the one to choose what goes in there and what not, that would be a difficult situation. Very, very difficult situation. So how do we get there?
It's not the task of one person. We do have a very good team put together to assist us in getting this magazine out, ensuring that we have all the right content in there. Yeah. Lily Lebowitz Girma joins us again as the chief editor. We do have Mike Hernandez from the BTB as our assistant editor. Jamil Lascott is again the creative director.
Nice.
We do have the support of all our BTIA members who we reach out to, our partners that we reach out to for them to write these articles. We give them the idea, they put the articles together, and we make sure they get inside the magazine. So it's not just John, myself, or the other two ladies in our office.
Big team.
It has to be everybody who is involved in it, because we have to think holistic. We can't just concentrate on one area and say, oh, this is more important than that other area.
Yeah.
It all plays a role together, and we need to ensure that that's all in there.
Yeah. So what you have done is launched the theme of the publication, to be very clear. So now you're looking for articles and advertisers and things that will go into the publication itself.
Yeah.
What's the timeline you're looking at right now?
Well, the launch date for the 21st edition is October, and we want to do it very early October because there's going to be a lot of things happening in October. So we're looking at a very early launch date. So we launched the theme now. Now we can reach out to our article writers and give them the theme and give them the idea for the content that we want to include in the magazine. And we start reaching out to the advertisers as well, because we do need to sell the ad spaces to be able to print the publication and share it. The publication is a free publication. We don't charge for the copies of it. And our target is 50,000, 90% of which will go internationally. So, and the balance will stay in Belize, but be shared with anybody who is either visiting or a resident interested in knowing where to go, what to do, what Belize has to offer.
How do people access the magazine? Is it like in hotel rooms, or where would you find it?
It's in 2,500 plus hotel rooms of our members. We give the copies, a copy per room for each member hotel of ours. So you'll find them in the hotels. Tour operators do have them as well. We share them with the embassies, the consulates. They're at all the border points for the BTB. BTB is a main distributor of the magazine, both internationally and locally. So anybody coming into the airport, northern border, the western border can get a copy. Our BTIA Tourism Information Centers also have copies. We do have 4 of those throughout the country.
Five.
Yeah.
We have Hopkins now.
Wow.
Okay, Hopkins is open, yes. So we do have 5 TICs countrywide. And anybody can call us. 227-1144, info@btia.org. Call us. We are more than happy to share the
Very easy. But you know what? The Destination Belize is a great conversation starter, and it is the spot to find answers, especially if you want to give answers to tourists. Now, on the side of getting sponsorship, how is that going for you? I mean, this is definitely a way for business to push themselves internationally.
Yeah, well, we normally that's one of the we have a set of individuals and businesses that believe in what we do, and I think that we have a good track record in terms of what we have been able to offer them. So this is a time where we really go hit the ground running in terms of reaching out to the private sector to get their financial support by coming on board with an ad. You know, I know yesterday we had a 5% discount if you came into the lounge, and you had an additional 5% discount. You know, and we had several individuals that already signed up, and we know that from the last edition to now they're going to a little bigger ad, because they see that the good work that we do and how important the magazine really is. Another thing that you need to that makes the magazine and the content accessible is that we have the destinationbelize.com website.
That's what I was
fully
going to ask.
Up and running. We have a very strong social media presence.
The e-magazine is also now available both in English and Spanish.
Oh, fantastic.
So we have translated all the articles featured in the English edition of the magazine, and those are available in Spanish. So we do have, and those e-books are available through our website, destinationbelize.com.
And so you have video content as well on your magazine. So even advertisers, they can get video content as well, right?
So we do have a campaign that we call Beyond the Pages that supports the print publication. The Beyond the Pages campaign encapsulates all videos, we do blogs of the articles featured in the magazine. We do share content for our advertisers on our social media pages. So all our advertisers, if they have a promotion going, we share that on our social media pages. We share that on our blog pages. So there's a full online support for the print publication. And at the moment, we are pulling in like 70,000 page viewers through our social media platforms over 12 countries. So, and we do intend for that to grow.
Of course, as the world goes more digital as well. But I gotta tell you, if I travel somewhere new, I always go through the magazines in the hotel, because you just find things that you don't necessarily find online.
Yeah, and some people will say print is dead, but it's not. When we started out in the 2016 edition, we did 41,000 prints. We have had to increase that with the 28th edition, and we are looking to see if we get enough ad spaces sold. We'll see if we can do more, but we'll stick to the 50,000 and push more into the online as well.
And it's a unique product. I mean, I think that's what I'm trying to get at. When you travel somewhere new and you don't know everything, there's some things I look up because I'm already interested. But if I go through whatever publication is in the hotel room, as I look for dinner menu, whatever it is, or checkout time, I will find a lot more, and that's what your publication would do for anyone who comes here. How about being able to offer new aspects of the country? Because I think what we've seen traditionally with tourism magazines is kind of just saying what is already known. How are you different in terms of the content that you include?
That's where we do a lot of research, and we have been doing that in 2019. You know, we're trying to see what are the new attractions, the new experiences that are being developed by the private sector. You know, so we have already identified certain things, and of course, that's the reason why we go public, and we want people to let us know what you're offering. There might be. You know, they have the pontoon tour, is something still very new. You know, you have the new cave system in the Chicky Bull that was just being discovered, you know. You know, you have these very adventurous opportunities as well. They have the Chicky Bull Challenge that takes place.
Yes, they do.
You know, I mean, it's for a specific demographic. But, you know, people need to know that these things are available. You know, we have sailing tours being offered from San Pedro to Placencia. You know, you
fishing
imagine,
tours now.
you know,
Fishing is big.
right? And we have birding now. We're coming as a birding destination. Let me tell you, at the birding festival last year, we were literally blown away by one of the presenters there from the eBird. He showed you how birding population in your country. It's a sign of how healthy your country is. Because, and let me tell you, when you show the migratory season that Elder comes through Belize, you'll get to appreciate how much birds come through Belize. You know, you don't know until you see it in this full display. And he did that. You know, he told you the periods of the year, how much birds and which type of birds are passing through Belize. You know? And the reason why Belize, because we're still very green. We're still very pristine. We have a lot of forests where a lot of these birds stop and feed, they stop and rest, you know, and
they come to defrost.
just like our tourists, you know, north to south, and then they go back.
But see, things like that actually allow for new opportunities, because there has been a birding sector. We do have to acknowledge that, but it shows where there are even greater opportunities as well. And how about the changing interests of the tourists themselves? What are we seeing?
Well, the global trends show you that the travelers are more conscious. You know, conscious in terms of what's affecting the planet. You know, how their actions contribute towards a good or a bad planet. So they're more aware of what they need to do to be able to show a little bit of appreciation to the destinations that they attend. You know, they tell you they don't want to see any plastic when they come to their hotel.
They ask
they want to see that you're treating your sewage the right way. You know, that you're doing things the right way. You're doing eco-friendly things that are minimizing the negative impacts on the environment. They want to see that label there. And I know we have 6 Green and Globe certified properties in Belize. And Green Globe is a green certification. And let me tell you, their business are way up there because of that certification. You know, I can mention Turnef Flats is one of our good members. They're located right at the Turnef Atolls, right in front of the Barrier Reef. You know, they have the flats to fly fishing. They have the highest Green Globe certification. And they have just went at the ending of last year, they went fully solar panels.
Wow.
They used to have generators. They have Delta wave generators. It used to be too damaging, so now they're fully solar.
Yeah.
Which is, these are the things that we need to bring to highlight. And there's several others, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not limiting just to,
Yeah,
to
that's just one example.
that's just one example of the many, and that's why we want to be able to showcase those,
Yeah.
highlight them, bring a little bit of the spotlight on them to let the world know that, you know, they are the majority or a large number of the properties in Belize are doing things the right way.
Definitely.
We as an association, we presented a sustainable tourism project for Belize, which over the next 5 years we want to change how businesses do business in Belize.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we're going to be showing them the economic benefits and the marketing benefits of going green. And we're going to show you what it means to go green, what they need to do. So we're looking to do that over the next 5 years so that we can be then better positioned as a sustainable tourism destination.
You know what, you're totally right on that, because like we mentioned, you go on out there and you talk to tourists, they'll tell you, are you eco-friendly? These are the things that we're looking forward to. But Johnny, while we have success in some of the things that we're doing, from a BTIA standpoint, there's some things that we need to work on. From you guys' standpoint, what do you guys think that we need to do to continue and to bring up the standard?
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, we're not going to say we're perfect, like I mentioned, you know, but in comparison, we're still very pristine and very a green destination.
Yeah.
But there's a lot. And one of the key things, as you have seen lately on the news, is infrastructure. The infrastructure has to keep up with the growth of the tourism sector. There has to be better monitoring of the growth and how some of these businesses are conducting business in Belize. You know, the times have changed. Our planet is changing. You know, we have some of these external pressures that are beyond our control. When you have sargassum coming to the country, all you can do is try to manage it as best as possible. But then when the issue is that, you know, you don't have the proper utilities in place to keep up with it, you know, that's something internal that we have control of. So what we have control of, we have to do a better way of managing. You have to be more efficient, man. You have to think more long term. We can't think next year. We can't wait for things to go wrong for us to say, oh, we need to fix it. No, listen, we need to fix this before it goes bad.
And so that's, I'm glad you brought that up, because I think one of the things we've definitely seen from the BTIA, where you've taken up your advocacy role as much as you do the marketing and working along with members, because it is important to look ahead to do risk analysis, essentially. What can be problems? I reflect on Dominican Republic last year with the mysterious deaths and how it really had an impact on their tourism product. You know, the results came out and said it had nothing to do with food, anything. It was just the health of the individuals who were there. People didn't see that report. They did see X amount of people died when they went to DR. And we have, first of all, tourism is our main economic driver at this moment. It is a very delicate product, and it takes one incident or one issue to go viral, and we can have serious challenges. So let's look at it from that perspective in terms of how do you keep the membership vigilant as to what can be potential threats to the industry?
Well, as you know, we have monthly meetings where we have the chapter chairs coming here in Belize City to meet and discuss. And the reason why we have chapters is for the same reason. We want to know each individual destination has their own set of, you know, issues and interests for their destinations. They want to see certain specific things to be implemented or developed in their destinations. And so on a monthly basis, we have this network of people that come together and we share what is happening. You know, if, for example, on Saturday, I'm going to San Pedro, I got to meet my president, and I are going to be meeting with some consultants doing some assessment for Protected Areas Conservation Trust. You know, so that's where we're putting our input based on all the information that we have gathered. You know, I've been fortunate to be on board of the BTA for almost 5 years. And during that time, you know, you keep track of all the reports that we made, and you monitor how things are improving, which areas are declining, which areas are improving. But you know, you have to always be cognitive of the concern of tourism beginning to decline. You know, it has to peak at some point. Over the last 3 years, we have seen record numbers, but it has to peak. And there's been a number of negative stories that have not been working in our favor. The sargassum is one. You know, crime situation in Belize is also another one. You know, when you have infrastructure failures, you know, that's people. And let me tell you, people are reading online. People are reading online and say, I've been saving for 2 years to go to Belize, and when I go to Belize, this is what I get. You know, we gotta understand how sensitive that is. You know, so we have been doing our part. We try to be. With the Sargassum, we have been working with the Sargassum Task Force. We have had some good success. We have government has already approved for the next 6 months some support that's going to be given. We got to see how effective that's going to work when Sargassum actually arrives.
Because it happens more in the summer, right? When
well,
does it happen?
Well, to be honest with you, the forecasts vary. There's no set period. If you go back to 2015, that's where you saw the first time the high volumes of Sargassum coming into the country in 2015. 2017, it came less, and it was for a shorter period. Last year was for a longer period. I think it began around February, March, and it was all the way up till September.
Wow.
September, October, around that time, you know. And then since October, I think we haven't had any. I know the forecast saying that early this year. We don't know exactly how early that is. And, you know, there's a lot of factors. It depends on the currents, and, you know, this weather right now works in our favor because it pushes us other directions. So, you know, we just gotta be very protective of the industry. We cannot take the industry for granted, and that's where we try to reiterate that point with government officials so that we can work together and keep the tourism industry growing.
And I think that's where, you know, in the magazine, it's also celebrating some of the achievements that you have made. New investments, also looking at where some of the properties or services are kind of progressing with the times. Climate change is at the forefront of everyone's minds right now. You know, people pay attention to whether it be fires in the Amazon or California, now Australia, or looking at any other story related to how we're seeing the effects. People are being more conscious about it. And so with this particular theme, I'm imagining that will be the focus that we'll see coming out. Is that the case?
That is the case. It's about time we start boasting about the good things that we're doing in this country. It's about time we start celebrating that and educating everyone about it, letting them know we need to put some positive news out there, and that's exactly what we intend to do through the magazine.
Excellent.
So I was going to ask, so how do people contribute? Do you have space for other contributors, or you already have writers?
No, we do have space for other. We're just going to start to reach out to writers. So we do have space. Anybody who has an article that they believe goes in line with our theme, please do reach out to us. We welcome any suggestions, any recommendations. So it's a publication that represents Belize, so we have to try to include all that we can.
So yesterday was the launch of the theme, only the theme.
Just the theme.
How do we choose that theme? How do we get there?
There are a lot of factors to included in trying to come up with a theme, and we honestly thought it would take 2-3 meetings to get that done, but it happened in one, in a 2-hour span, and it was when we decided on it, it was like, why not? Reef to rainforest. That's what we are about. People to people. We have the most friendliest people in this country. And anybody who comes to Belize always compliment us about our people. Our Green Belize, we are a green destination. As much as we would want to say, others would want to say no, we do practice, have a lot of good practices here. Definitely. We are green in terms of sustainability. We are green in terms of development still. There are other countries out there bigger than Belize who have articles saying that they're green, they do green. Belize is so small. Why can't we say we're green? We are green.
Once you fly in, you see that.
You see that.
you drive through our main highways. You see green on both sides of the road. You go to other nations, you don't see that. You know, and that's one of the first things that captures Belize. You know, but let me tell you, it was funny because the hardest part, the last section I brought everything together was the people to people. We says, you know, at rainforest to reef to rainforest, our Green Belize, yes, but you know, where's the human aspect of it? And that's where, you know, somebody came with people to people saying, you know what, that was like the cherry on top of it. I think that, you know, and then our Green Belize is ours. It's ours. You come into our country, you are part of our. Of us, you know. And you know, like we have seen what happened over the last 3 years. You know, so many success stories. I'm hoping that this year we're gonna be able to have the success story of banning gill nets in Belize. A lot of people have different issues and points, but you know, when you're having over 2,000 fishermen and there's only less than 83 that are gill net fishers, you know. go in favor of the majority.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there was a consultation, nationwide consultation. You know, 95% of the people said we're in favor of banning gill nets.
Yeah.
You know, most of these gill net fishers, they're not solely dependent on gill net. That's just part of what they do. They do lobster, they do shrimp, you know, they do conchs. You know, so we want to share the stories. We got moved from the UNESCO, removed us from the endangered list.
Yes.
You know, so they were our World Heritage Site is back on the positive light. Yeah. And we got to keep that. And there's a lot of work that was done to get that, you know, a lot of policies that to continue to protect our natural resources.
Yeah.
And those are some of the stories that actually generate some interest in Belize. I saw the ban on single-use plastic really take us into international media exposure as well for making that move.
We were the first nation in the region to do so.
Yep.
You know, to make it public. You know, the moratorium of offshore exploration. I mean, that was people think of oil as the savior. You know, we see it as it's going to kill our industry. You know, the risk is too
also
high.
got us some interest. So we know that when we make these moves, there is a spin-off that comes in terms of a positive attention. You know, I saw the people to people. I got to tell you what immediately came to mind, because I think it is unique to Belize. We got things like Mayan homestays where you stay in a Mayan house and you live the traditional lifestyle, and also quite a bit of those food tours where you're like integrated with someone learning how to do cultural meals. And so that is such a key part, even in the tourism product that we have to offer.
You look at Hopkins. When you go to Hopkins, what is one of the experiences that people look out for? The Garifuna experience. They want to go on. Let's go do this Kudut. I want to know what the whole process is and be engaged. You know?
Visit them.
While we open our coconut milk.
And the great thing about being down there, you could go to a household and they will take good care of you. So that's a very, very good part of our country.
The people to people that came to me is the various stories from our members that I've heard countrywide. It says, listen, I have guests have been coming for the last 15 years. They came one time, they fell in love, their children's children, their colleagues, their neighbors, they're coming because of the service that we give them. Their family, they're telling me some of them are invited to go take vacations with them.
Oh,
you know, that's, you know, you can imagine. I mean, and that's...
So it's real relationship building that takes place.
And that's the true sense of people to people.
Yeah, I mean, and the same thing goes with the tour guides, specific tour guides. Like you have divers, you say, listen, that's my dive guy. That's my scuba diver that I'm gonna go with, or you know what? That's my boat captain. If he, when we go fishing, he's my. You know, this is the relation that our people to people has built over the years, and I think that's where we're gonna have a good time showcasing some of these individuals that are loved by these foreigners that never know them before until they come to Belize and say, you know what? That's the guy that made me fall in love.
I think that's an opportunity for great stories to come out.
Of course, yes.
All right, so how do people get in touch if they want to advertise or if they want to contribute articles?
So email destinationbelize@btia.org, all small caps, one word fully spelled out. 227-1144. Want to reach me directly, 615-9591. Our BTIA info@btia.org is their email address. So we are at 10 Taiwan Street. Anybody can come by. Anybody can visit any of our TIC offices. Reach out to any of our chapter board representatives, and they will get you in touch with us.
And the big launch is coming up in October.
Yes. But before we close, I do want to say I want to publicly thank the Belize Tourism Board for once again supporting us not only with the distribution of the magazine but financially. They're also a major sponsor of the publication. So we thank them for coming board and always supporting the Destination Belize magazine.
Lovely, lovely.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for coming in and telling us all about it. We look forward to seeing what the final product will be come October.
Yeah, we too.
Thank you.
I'm really looking forward to that too.
All right, we're going to take that break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about improving your communication skills. So stay tuned.